Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
Guys and girls, ladies and squirrels, welcome to the Believes Crypto Show, where we give you something in cryptocurrency that's always right. What is that thing? It's me. Never wrong, not too long, singing that song, Believes Crypto. So if you haven't already, make sure that you become a member of the channel. Do it today. It's $4.99 a month. This thing, by the way, we're giving you secret details on the inside. I'm going to make posts. I give you, when I'm launching a crypto video, something like that, I'm going to give you the inside scoop so that you know when it's going to launch before it launches. Also, if somebody gives me some inside detail on a launch or a perceived or potential something, then I'm going to give it to you in that chat. $4.99 a month. Don't fade it. Also, if you haven't already, BitBoy is back, so certainly go check him out. He is not a sponsor of this channel. Matter of fact, I have not spoken with him in a while. I did speak to the team, but I look, just so you guys understand, Ben still has me blocked, okay? This is not about, I don't need to be friends with Ben Armstrong, okay? You guys, I think some of you understand how I feel. I believe that what happened to him was kind of unjust. I think it was a problem, and I want him to succeed. And even if we're not friends, I want him to know that there are people in this business, in this industry, who do have his back when it matters. Okay. So if you're one of those people, then make sure you share it. Let's get Ben back on the track. Let's make sure that this guy has everything that he needs emotionally from all of us to support whatever he's about to do next. And hopefully it's going to be a nice big explosive growth on his channel. Everything's going to be awesome for him. So we're wishing him the best. So if you haven't already signed up, I assume most of you are probably signed up for BitBoy. I don't know if he's going live today or anything like that. Yesterday was his first little run at it. I think if you go back and you watch the video right here, you'll see not a great setup so far. So I think he's got some work to do over there. So you might see him, maybe he'll be improved today, maybe tomorrow, the day after, something like that. But I think you'll see some real growth on that channel. I'm willing to bet on it. Again, I've bet on Ben a lot of times. I'm going to continue to do that. So, but let's move on to the news. I want you guys to know exactly what's going on in the market. The title today was XRP and Ethereum are about to go parabolic, and here is why. So I want to keep this very, very simple for you, because I think it's important that, sometimes we look at this stuff and it's difficult. It's very difficult to figure out what's going on in the crypto market, because news is not necessarily news. News is what's used to manipulate you into investing your money. So what we have to do is we have to break through that news. Now, full disclosure, I've reached out to CoinGate for a sponsorship. I'll let you know how that goes. But I think it's important that we use a source that I think is reputable, that I haven't had problems with, that I've liked, and I like CoinGate so far. So XRP Ledger secures a major win, powering China's top supply chain firm. So Link Logis has partnered with the XRP Ledger to power global supply chain finance. This is a massive move. This is where the quote unquote rubber meets the road, as people say. And what I mean by that is what we have right here is mass adoption continuing for XRP. What does that mean? That means that they're able to generate significant yield and revenue. And what does that mean? It means that they've got a viable business model. And what does that mean? It means price go up exponentially. So there is a big big opportunity here for XRP to continue to expand its brand. And don't forget, yesterday, the US government announced that it was a blockchain. And I don't know which one it's going to choose, but I have an idea that it will be XRP simply based upon XRP's current position in the market. But I also think, just so you guys understand, anything that XRP does in current times right now is about to get surpassed by something that doesn't have a token, but it does have a blockchain. So it's going to be very, very interesting how this thing plays out. So we'll see what happens with XRP, but experts also predicting the XRP ETF demand as the CME futures becomes the fastest to hit 1 billion in open interest. That means that more people are speculating on CME futures than even Bitcoin or Ethereum when that happened. People are looking at XRP for an enormous growth. Now, let me just give you kind of let's back up a little bit and let's talk about maturity. Now, I think that the XRP project is pretty mature in the market, but because of what happened with the SEC, I think it had a long fight ahead of it. So, or behind it, but I think it had a huge fight. And now we have to I'm going to use Bitcoin as an example here. On the bottom of Bitcoin, we were at about 16,000. We're now getting close to almost 160,000. So that's a 10x from the bottom right there. Now, that's with a huge cap with no problems. So it's had an opportunity for growth. XRP was $3 way back here when Bitcoin was 3,000. Okay. So I believe that XRP continues to be incredibly undervalued. Now, when we zoom out, we don't see the same sort of pattern here. We've got our all-time high that just kind of kicked in. Now, what I'm saying to you, and the reason that I'm saying it to you right now is because it is my feeling that XRP probably has another 8x, another 8 to 7x in it before we see the true valuation of XRP. Does not mean that XRP is going to be the chain of the future or anything like that. This is not about that. This is about speculative asset. This is about banana zone. This is about altcoin season. And I think XRP is headed to $25. Now, once you get to $25, my confidence changes dramatically into we're going to see the normal cycle. Will we see the normal cycle with XRP? Yes. Will we see the normal cycle with Bitcoin? Yes, but it'll be different. I don't think we're going to get as much of a breakout as we had gotten before. So I'm going to clear that out and tell you that that's what I think is getting ready to happen. But my next target zone for profit taking is going to be somewhere in this zone right here. I think there's going to be a quick wick to about 420. I think people are going to be, oh, what's up, bro? And then we're going to break out through there. And then between $6 and $7, we're going to consolidate here for a little while. And then bam, you're going to get that absolute parabolic sort of breakout. Expect that to happen. All right. I'm not calling it. I'm just calling it. And by the way, how do we lead this off? We let it off with me telling you that I'm always right. So get to figuring it out, bro. All right. So XRP, $3 right now, $25 ultimately off of 50 cents, by the way. So boom, shakalaka. Blocky Crypto says if he can wake up, he's half asleep. He's half asleep. I don't think he was half asleep yesterday. I think he's just trying to work through some stuff. And just to be very, very clear, he's gone through some things. Okay. So it'll take a few days for him to get, to get his groove back. Also, he's always had a producer. Look, I do this myself every day. Okay. So when I transition over here, 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 it's all me. I'm the one doing it with a mouse click or with a button that takes me to whatever screen I want to do. If I want to do like gameplay videos, I also have it set up for gameplay videos on another monitor with no headshot or anything like that. Then I've got news full head in the middle. And then I've got my lawyer thing. So just in case you guys want to do something with the legal profession, then maybe I'm that guy for you. You know what I mean? So anyway, I do this all myself. He's got a team, or he's had a team, right? When he did it originally, he didn't have a team, but he did have a setup. He doesn't have a setup anymore. So it's going to take a few days for it to get right, but it will very quickly and very rapidly get right. Will it be a studio? Who the fuck knows? Like, I don't know. I don't need a studio. I turned one of my rooms in my house into a studio, but also remember it had a black wall and everything. Like I painted the wall. I thought maybe kind of cool to look like I was in like my mom's basement or, whatever I decided. And I wanted punk rock stickers and stuff like that. You guys remember. And then it turns out I didn't like it. So what did I do? Because I am, what do you call it? What's that word? Oh, yeah, a moron. A complete and utter idiot. What did I do? Got myself a big green screen. Got myself a gigantic green screen so that I could then broadcast stuff in the background, right? You get there over time. Now I have to move a little bit. Used to have that green halo around me. Still have a little bit. You see my hand right there. You see kind of green a little bit. So I have to get away from it. I'm supposed to be 6 feet away, but I'm touching it right now. So my arm is 3 feet, something like that. Is it 2.5? So I'm not far enough away. I need to get a little bit further away, but again, it's a work in progress. So just like Ben, I'm going through shit too. So it'll get right. Give him a chance. I'm sure that Ben Armstrong is going to be the insider that you need to predict a whole lot of good stuff. And you can take all the bad stuff that was predicted or whatever it was. None of that's relevant. He's also made some solid predictions in this market, including and not limited to what somebody said just a few moments ago. And that was, I did not forget you, DJ and Brian. What's up with Sweet? I don't know I don't even know what you're talking about, to be fair. Like I have no idea. Crypto is going to pump because BitBoy says so, and BitBoy is always right. I mean, maybe. I don't think that's the case. I think that, Bitcoin, it's going to pump because it's going to pump, but you know what I mean? Dude, you know what I thought about doing? I thought about creating like a scary backdrop and then painting like green lines on my eyes and stuff like that, and wearing like some crazy contact lenses and just and like I move around and it looks all bloody and shit. Just I have fun. I have fun. You know what I mean? Oh, yesterday you said look out for a SWE surprise or something. Well, fuck me now. I don't remember what it was. Oh, you didn't get the surprise. You didn't get the surprise. You will get the surprise, but it's not my surprise to give you. So you will get the surprise. Again, make sure you're tuned into Ben's channel when he goes live, and eventually you will get his SWE surprise. Yeah, that's what it was. So you will see it at some point. But anyway, let's get back to what we were talking about here, because that's not my thing to give you guys. XRP ETF demand as CME futures become fastest to hit 1 billion. Next up, one more. BlackRock buys $300 million in Ethereum as crypto ETF inflows return. Holy shit. Do you guys know what happened yesterday? Look at this. 104,000 Ethereum got scooped up yesterday. 455 million. 443 million the day before, 337 million the day before, 287 million the day before. And by the way, we had a dip yesterday. We didn't even have a bright green, super crazy, awesome, amazing pump day. Now, what did we have? We had, at the end of the day, we had a nice little lift, but we are still trying to catch up to where we were just a few short days ago. So on this dip, Ethereum continues to pull in more cash. That's crazy, by the way. Also, the market was kind of struggling for the day, but guess what? Not Solana. Solana's up another 4.5%. What we're starting to see is the not breakouts. We're not seeing breakouts. What we're seeing institutions really starting to layer themselves. This is when the parabolic cycle starts to happen. These are the kind of things that you were not seeing before. And let's be very, very clear. We were not seeing this. We were seeing the traditional move of Bitcoin rips, and then everything gets carried along with it. And then Bitcoin dumps a little bit and some of the alts start to pump. But then most of the time, what we saw was Bitcoin dips 5%, alts dip 20%. We're seeing the capital getting sucked out of altcoins to go into Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is sitting at around 111,000, We're still not in their solid range right there, 118, 117,000 right there. We're not there anymore. We're at 111,000. But when we started this at 118,000, that was on, let's call it 14 July. 14 July, Ethereum was at 3,000. Ethereum is at 4,600 while Bitcoin is dipping. The market is telling us that altcoin season is about to be here. July 14 for Solana was $161. Today, trading over $205. The market is starting to heal. Okay, we're getting to that point for that breakout. We're getting to the spot where that big movement is about to happen. Okay, what's going to pop first? I don't know. Bitcoin obviously, and then Ethereum, Solana, XRP, maybe Cardano. Certainly Crow. Crow is having a nice little run right now, up another 30% right now to 26 cents. So if I told you yesterday that I would have sold, I would have still made money, but it's not stopping. I don't think it's going to keep breaking like this. Like, I think it's nice. I think that people are using this as an opportunity. And again, we gave you this little top right here. So I think that little top right there is going to continue to play out. We're close to it right now, which means to me, this is going to happen again. Like I don't see Crow continuing on in this regard for too long. Also, it is possible because of that U.S. government announcement that the Kronos chain is going to be the chain. And if that is the case, don't forget that that's incredibly good because that's the Atom ecosystem. And if that happens, that's very good for Luna Classic and other assets that are on the Atom network. So, I mean, maybe, just maybe, something crazy is going to happen. Nonetheless, if you lost 6 cents off of that and you didn't get the full-on 33% extra off of it like you wanted, my bad. But I'm not playing this game for that risk. I'm playing this game for that money. And I would have made my money. I sold. I'm waiting on the sidelines. By the way, I'm still waiting on the sidelines for API 3 to come back down too. Still being shrewd on that one. Still waiting for that moment. By the way, we're up $5.9 billion on the day. So BlackRock buys that $300 million in Ethereum a couple days in a row. Now let's keep going. Global stock exchanges. This is bad news. They've pushed back on Coinbase Robinhood's tokenized stock plan, saying that it's very unsafe. International stock markets are calling for stronger regulatory measures as risky tokenized stocks. Now, why? They're not doing it because, you know what? I might have too much light here today. Let's turn that down a little bit. The international stock markets, it's how they make their money. They're not looking to keep you safe. They're not looking to keep you secure. They don't care about that. They care about their ability to farm you for money. They care about their fees. They're not going to make them if you can trade 24/7. If you can tokenize all of your assets, if you're not beholden to their international stock market groups and you're not beholden to their rules and regulations, then what are we? Free? Not on my goddamn watch, Europe said. So what you're seeing right now is traditional finance in their death throes. They are fighting back right now because guess what? By the way, when this happens, when we tokenize all of these assets, when these are all on the blockchain and they're all tokenized and they're all secure, by the way, that matters too. When they're all done, these guys are no longer necessary. They're no longer needed. So they are in their final stages and they have to fix it somehow. So how do you fix it? Stop progress. We saw it in the United States, by the way, from 2017, from the origin of Gary Gensler taking office until just recently, we saw the attack on crypto. So we know what it's like. We experienced it. We felt it in the United States. And guess what? They're trying to do it again. Now, in the United States, I think what we're going to see is they're going to say some stuff about it. CME, by the way, and this is going to get real interesting because I'm about to show you something that is going to blow your mind because to me, this was the game changer that I just witnessed today, which has me shaken and nervous in crypto. Not because I don't think we're going to make a bunch of money, But I've been telling you guys for a long time, there's a paradigm shift coming. That paradigm shift was announced yesterday. Okay. I don't have any other way of saying it. This one was maybe not a shocker to me because it makes perfect sense. But if they outlaw it, does that mean that Devi never creates their exchange, or at least just not in Europe? No, because Devi is based on cryptocurrency. They're not based on the tokenization of stocks. That's not necessary across the world. In the United States, yes. But if you're in Europe and you can't use it, that doesn't change anything. Their licensing is not dependent on that. And by the way, remember, this is the international stock market groups making those complaints. This is not the governments that are making those complaints. Now, they are beholden to that big money. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But ultimately, it's not going to affect Devi. Or if it does, would be minimal. And I don't think that it would. Devi's big move is going to be based on their partner. It's going to be based on that announcement. It's not going to be based on what happens over here. Devi's continuation as a central hub for refined asset classes and RWAs is going to be dependent on it in Europe at some point, but that's going to be after $50, after that parabolic run where we go to $50 per coin, token, whatever. It'll be coin by then because that migration is coming. In fact, the S2, which is what they're talking about. Let me go to the Devi thing right here. So what is S2 and why does it matter for the future of Devi? I don't know exactly what that is. However, remember we had that roadmap and we looked at that roadmap. I think that when we were looking at it, that somewhere, yeah, here it is. DevE integration with DevX-S2. DevX-S2 transactions utilize DevE, further driving usage and volume. So what I think that means, by the way, is that they're going to talk about the integration and the migration of DevE onto the DevX chain. And that'll be the official, big time move for the project. So I think the future is secure and sound for DevE. I just want to see it happen a little faster. Basically, I just want to see it happen a little bit faster. Anyway, so global stocks are tugging back now. Get ready. Put on your bib, put on your nightcap, your nightgown, whatever. Get dressed up because it's ready. It's go time right here. Okay. This is going to be the big game changer right now. And it may not feel like it, but it will be. Okay. And here it is. Google Cloud has revealed GCUL. This is the Google Cloud Universal Ledger. Google has created their own cross-border finance blockchain. Now, what does this mean to me? Like I said before, $25 XRP. After that, XRP to me is not cooked, but the upside for XRP just got undercut. Okay. And I mean a lot, because what you now have is you have one of the biggest companies in the world creating one of the most robust blockchains. By the way, this is not the article to do it, but I've reviewed the data. They are already working with CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So this is massive. All right. There's no token at this point either. And look at this right here. It says, all this talk of layer one blockchains has brought Google's own layer one into focus. As a product leader in crypto, you know that if you're building a layer one, it has to be differentiated. Thanks to Chuck Akpolugo for his helpful chart comparing Stripe and Circle blockchains, I went ahead and added information about our blockchain, which we call the Google Cloud Universal Ledger. GCUL brings together years of R&D at Google to provide financial institutions with a novel layer one that is a performant, credibility neutral, and enables Python-based smart contracts. It's why institutions like the CME chose the Universal Ledger to explore tokenization and payments on one of the largest commodity exchanges in the world, leveraging GCUL. Besides bringing to bear Google's distribution, GCUL is a neutral infrastructure layer. Tether won't use Circle's blockchain, and Aiden probably won't use Stripe's blockchain, but any financial institution can build on GCUL. We'll be releasing more technical details in the coming months. This is a game changer for everything that we thought we knew about crypto going forward. Now, the reason for that is Google already has massive infrastructure. And what does that mean? We're watching a Google platform, or some of you are watching a Google platform right now. Tokenization on YouTube, blockchain is coming. Getting paid digitally is coming. Anytime you use Google, anytime you use any one of the Google products, Tokenization is here. Not only is tokenization here, but cross-border payment structures and cross-border payment structures are here. So we have the beginning of just an absolutely crazy development here. So we're going to see. We're going to see exactly what happens. Isn't Crypto Index, INDX, and DevE similar? Maybe. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. They don't have the same partner. And by the way, I don't care if there's a bunch of different things competing. You know what I mean? Like GCUL, this is a new competitor entering the market. And because they have such an enormous infrastructure, they're going to have a great time. They're going to make a bunch of money. So is Apple. Apple's going to release a blockchain at some point. You guys know this. Capital One already working on one. Bank of America already working on one. Everybody has a blockchain. Does everybody need a blockchain? The answer to that's going to be no. There's going to be permissionless. There's going to be plenty of different permissionless ones that we're really going to like Avalanche, like Devi. Like there's going to be a bunch of them out there. And every project, every product could have their own, not layer one blockchain, but they could have their own coin or token. Like again, we're at the forefront of a massive revolution. So we're just seeing new players enter the game right now. So if Index is indeed similar to Devi, it would stand to reason, by the way, because Devi is light years ahead of even some of the more robust competitors right now, because they've spent all of their time making themselves the fastest, instantaneous, settlingest, blockchainist, thingistest of all time. So it would stand to reason that people are going to start catching up. So yeah, I mean, Index could be, but I don't know for sure. Also, let's keep going here because I want to get through all this. Inflows on Ethereum, absolutely to the moon. Bitcoin, having a nice day, up 88 million on the day, but again, not really setting it on fire. The Solana ETF was down and then closed, so we don't have data for that yet. Or Rex Osprey didn't make a report for yesterday, so it could be that there was just no flow. Also, bull run indicators, 0 of 30 have been hit. We're still in 100% hold mode. This is not everything, but we want to see some, before we start making some decisions on what we want to sell, before we start taking profits, we want to start seeing some of these things pop off. And we want to start seeing, we want to see at least 10 of these indicators get hit before we start to consider taking profits. Otherwise, it should be an indication that ultimately, long-term, we're just going to continue going up. Also, yesterday, Latama, you were the winner yesterday. We're going to send you $50. If you have a username right now for Terra Casino, go ahead and enter it now. We're going to give away $50. So if you haven't signed up for Terra Casino, go sign up for Terra Casino, connect your wallet, create a username, and then boom, put it in here. We're giving away $50 like every single day. Also, if you're trading Luna Classic meme coins or utility coins, including the Believe coin, then you can come over here. Boom. If you want to trade the Believe meme coin, you click on degen mode. And then you just type in Believe. And boom, there at MB. There at MB. So if you're interested, you can certainly check that out. By the way, no utility, nothing like that, just a meme coin, just something that I launched for TerraPump.fun. Also, I will be hosting as the agent for TerraPump.fun. I will be involved in a conversation with Terra Luna Classic on September 12th. So set your calendars. I don't have the time yet, or I probably do have the time. I just haven't confirmed it. But definitely, if you guys are interested, certainly come check us out. We're going to be doing a lot of conversations about Terra Luna Classic going forward. There's a lot of different things that are happening there. Market module. The Terra Luna Classic is going to go on an epic run very, very soon, guys. I'm telling you right now. As a matter of fact, today's video is going to be all about why you should go long on weeks for Terra Luna Classic. Also, Meme Linked. Now, not seeing a lot of movement out of Meme Linked. Seeing that consolidation sort of, floor kind of move down there, which is exactly what you expect to see. And you see, and by the way, this is a tale as old as time. Very few are breaking out. You might be looking at Kronos and you might be like, well, Kronos is breaking out right now. Well, doesn't that mean that everything should be breaking out? No, Downey. It doesn't. It means that it was one of them that started to break out. Everything else, not really breaking out. So it is timing. everything. So what do I think is going to happen over here? We just had a rip, right? Another rip. Then we had this consolidation in range right there. That was where the last rip went to. So I think we're going to get a big pump over here, maybe a 3 or 4x from right where we are. And then boom, maybe we get a little breakout right there. And then boom, all-time high right there. Still not going to be that much, 20 million. I think it's a 20 million market cap. I don't think it's too much. So meme linked, I think, has a big direction to head. You can see it right now. This is your perfect entry, by the way. And by the way, it doesn't matter to me whether you like or don't like Pablo, whether you like or don't like Volt, or you like or don't like any of this kind of stuff. This is not about whether you like it or not. This is about the opportunity to make money. It's about the opportunity to make an easy return over here. Now, what happened the last time it did this? It came down and we started wicking off of the bottom. Boom, breakout. What happened when it started wicking off of the bottom? Boom, breakout. What's going to happen now that it's breaking out, or now that it's at the bottom? Boom, breakout. How high it goes remains to be seen. Okay, but if you don't have any meme linked right now, you are going to miss what I think is going to be an epic move. And I don't know for sure that it's going to be, the greatest move that we've ever seen, but I would not bet. Look, I would not bet against Pablo Crow, whether you like him or not. I mean, 250 million market cap with Volt, that's significant. If that happens over here, you're talking about almost 100x. So, guys, it's almost a no-brainer for me. Ride with Pablo. By the way, remember, the reason that I ride with Pablo is because Pablo rode with me when I got hacked, when I got money stolen from. That's why I support Pablo. By the way, remember when I got hacked and stolen from Cassie and Ben? They were the ones that immediately stepped up and helped me and hired me on to Bencoin to try to help me for a little while. So, I mean, I stick with the people who stick with me. Do you know what I mean? So I got a feeling that we're about to see something crazy happen with meme linked. You can't hold me to it. I don't know, but I think so. Same thing with CC Coin. Again, this ecosystem is about to expand significantly. We're about to see some really good movement happening in the markets. That's going to apply to CC Coin. I think, again, to me, 10 million market cap for CC Coin is going to be life changing. Not because, by the way, it's not going to make everybody a millionaire. It's not going to make everybody, but it's creating an ecosystem and rewarding the people who have believed in that ecosystem. And it won't take that much. It won't take that much. You got a bunch of beautiful young ladies. You've got a very smart CC, also a beautiful young lady, by the way. I should have said that. But you've got some very smart people working on this project. You got some very interesting tokenomics and economics that are existing in this entire infrastructure. It's only a matter of time before the breakout happens. I'm going to be talking about it. CC's going to be talking about it. Tom Crown's going to be talking about it. J-Chain's going to be talking about it. There's a lot of people that are going to be talking about this. Lena going to be talking about it. Did I mention Lena? Yeah, Lena's going to be talking about it. Lexi's going to be talking about it. Devil Meg's going to be talking about it. They're going to have their own tokenized assets in this ecosystem. Guys, it doesn't get any better than that. Remember, these things will break out. These things will blow up. Remember, celebrity meme coins do not always just absolutely go crazy and pump and stuff like that. But we're not in that part of the market yet. We're going to hit that part of the market pretty soon. And when we do, this thing is going to blow up. I'm here to tell you right now. Also, if you haven't already, Definity. Now listen, here's what's interesting right now. Manu Chowdhury is the CEO and co-founder of Definity Markets. With a career spanning top-tier financial institutions and a deep understanding of digital asset infrastructure, Manu brings unmatched insight and leadership to the digital asset place. As a visionary behind the Definity Markets, he's driving innovation, the intersection of institutional finance and emerging technology. Look, a lot of big words, but what do those big words mean? It means that this guy knows his stuff. Not only does he know his stuff, but we also have a bunch of other people here. We've got We've also got introducing Chris Park, co-founder and chief risk strategy and finance officer at Definity Markets as well. We've got little histories on these guys. Then we've got at Definity Markets, we offer trading across two primary digital asset classes, digital assets and foreign exchange. And then you have a fiat on and off ramp. Guys, it is only a matter of time before something like this starts to break out. I mean, guys, I bring you this kind of stuff. I tell you these kind of things are going to happen. You never know when they're going to happen, but you just know that they are going to happen. I'm telling you right now, Devi going to break out and go absolutely nuts. Meme linked going to break out, go absolutely nuts. CC going to break out, go absolutely nuts. Definity going to break out and go absolutely nuts. How far they go, I don't know, but they're going to have some really nice returns, especially because for me, this is an incredibly undervalued asset. It's an incredibly undervalued asset because it offers foreign exchange trading. It offers digital assets, and it provides you with the on and off ramps for that to happen. Once institutional grade investors start to pop into this zero settlement organization, it is all over. This is a $1 billion market cap project just kind of sitting there right now, waiting to find its billions of dollars. And I think it's trading at about a $4 or a $5 million market cap as of right now, which means that's a 200x just to get to that level. So if you haven't gotten some Definity, I don't know what you're waiting for, because it's going to it's going to go absolutely crazy. Opinion on the new Deftones album. I have no good opinion about Chino anymore. The only Deftones that I like was I think their first CD, there was some really aggressive sort of music on there, and I like that one. And the second CD I think was kind of good, but then after that, I have no time for Deftones. They're just not like, I think the band, I don't remember, the guitarist said, I don't know what kind of music we're playing anymore. We just play what Chino says because he's the boss. So I don't like that. It's not collaborative anymore. It's whatever Chino wants. I heard that they were going to get back to some original, to some more of a metal approach, but I don't know. It might be on my list to listen to in the next couple of days. But as you guys know, today's list is going to be Pangolin, which is a punk rock. It's kind of a horror punk rock band. But I mean, again, I don't know, Deftones is like Metallica. It's one of those bands that put out just some amazing music early on that still resonates with a lot of people today. But since then, they've just been putting out like, time wasters. And I mean, no disrespect to Metallica. They've, I mean, those are the metal gods. You know what I mean? They're the guys. You know what I mean? So, and by the way, Master of Puppets, probably the greatest song ever made for me, anyway. And I don't even like that kind of song. I don't like the 7-minute epics. When I hear that guys, when I hear that song that sounds like Charlie Brown's Teacher hit my ears, I start crying. That is that stupid fucking song. It's a Stairway to Heaven. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters. Led Zeppelin. Oh my God. I get anxiety, by the way, just so you guys understand. I get anxiety when I listen to Led Zeppelin. Why? Because their music is so fucking slow. Like, it's not fast. It's not hard. It's not aggressive to me. That's not my type of music. Oh my God. I hate it. Oh God, guys, I can't even describe without getting like angry and Hulk smash kind of level how annoyed I get by listening to Led Zeppelin. Oh, good Lord. Luna Classic Maxi says, Master of Puppets was the only song I learned on guitar. You know what? I don't know anything on guitar, but Master of Puppets was, for me, that was a masterpiece album, from beginning to end. Disposable Heroes, I can't even explain to you how great that song is. Again, I'm not a fan of 7-minute long songs. Like, to me, that's just frustrating and maddening. Okay. I like my songs. Look, you know what? I don't know if it's like this. I'm gonna look real quick. I don't know if it's like this, but when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, are you fucking, you're gonna know. All right, so let me see that. So that's it. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. One second. I'm actually going to show you guys. Boom. Oh my God. Now they're asking me for, they are out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I want to stay verified. All right, I'm going to show you. You'll be fucking kidding me. Oh, there we go. I was about to lose my mind because, you have all those passcodes, you have all those blah, 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 blahs. Okay. I know I've shown you this before. I know you guys have seen this before, but I'm going to show it to you again anyway. So this is my workout list. This is the songs that I listen to. There's 151 songs on the list on my and you can see here what I listen to. Okay. So just going down this list here, Country Believers, which I made that a long time ago. I barely listen to it, but I do listen to it every once in a while. And Metal Believers. But then I have Punk Workout. 151 songs. I have Whitechapel Radio, Bad Religion Radio, Chicago Punk of Today. This is Killswitch Engage. This is Lamb of God, Royal Republic Radio, The Sound of Chicago Punk, Classic Hardcore, 70s Rock Classics. I did this because I was listening to some song called Lido Shuffle from Boz Scaggs, and I remembered it in my brain one day, and I was like, I'm going to check that out. The Methadones, which is a Chicago punk rock band. This is Face to Face, but here we go, down the list here. Walk the Walk, 3 minutes long. They Came from the Shadows, 2 minutes long. Ordinary, 2 minutes long. Stepping Out, old Joe Jackson song. I got a few of them on here that are like that, where I'm just like, ooh, you know what? I'm going to keep that one in there. Idea for a Movie, The Vandals, 2 minutes long. In the Basement, 2 minutes long. A-OK, 3 minutes long. True Believers, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Falling, 3 minutes long. Hot Rod Lincoln, 3 minutes long. Mind of My Own, 3 minutes long, 2.5 minutes. Hopeless Romantic, 2 minutes long. Punk Rock and Roll, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I do not like long songs. Like I go, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the one. Whoa. Yeah, that was a good song. The only band that I have on here that has long songs really is right there on the right, Madman, Authority Zero. Authority Zero, they do some full, they wrap their songs around about 3.5 to 4 minutes because they use their range. But other than that, everything that I do is just all about fast, crazy, speedy sort of music. I cannot stand listening to that slow moving. Oh God. Oh, let the sun beat down upon my face. I don't even know what that song is, but it gives me anxiety. I swear to God, like I don't even know why at this point. It gives me anxiety to listen to bands like Led Zeppelin. Anyway, Definity Market, everything that you need in cryptocurrency. Crypto bubbles, we're getting breakouts kind of everywhere. Just look around here. We're not going to get too deep into the woods, but as you can see, like we've got big time movers. Now, if one of our projects like Devi or Definity or something like that, or MK, they're not moving right now, don't worry about it. It's okay. They're going to start moving very, very shortly. Okay. There is levels to this shit. So Crow having a bit of a breakout right now. Solana up 9% on the day. Ethereum going to continue to rip. Bitcoin still needs to go a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like there are plenty of different things out here that are having good moves. But again, we need, Jupiter's up 7.5% today. I think Radium was having a nice little breakout. I think they're in tier 2 over here. But I think it might have been yesterday that Radium started to really run. I don't know exactly where I don't see them popping anywhere. But I think they were in the top 200, not top 100. So, Radium, actually, it's in top 100 now, and it's up 8% on the day. So it must have moved up 4 spots. I guess it was on page 1, whatever. So anyway, there are some really big things popping off right now, and they're going to continue. But when those profits are taken, then guess what? That's going to start trickling down into the type of assets that we're waiting for a big pump. So we're almost there, guys. We are almost there. Also, we're up to 51 in the Fear and Greed Index, starting to reverse a little bit. I still think it's coming down a bit. I'm going to show you the charts in just a moment. Crypto on exchanges kind of trending sideways here after some dumps. It doesn't need to come all the way down, but it's getting closer and closer and closer. Also, back to it right now, up 23 billion on the day. Bitcoin, again, up a little bit. I think it's still going to break down. I think we're still looking at the bottom of this range right here, around 107, 108,000 before it starts to reverse. So that's what I'm looking on, and that's what I'm leaning on. We're still in a downtrend on the lows. And when you have that expanding sort of thing, by the way, this is up. So we're in an uptrend on the top. We're in a downtrend on the bottom. Downtrend on the bottom usually means there's going to be a big, stiff dump. Okay. So I would be looking for a dump here coming very, very soon. Not so on XRP. I think XRP broke down about as far as it's going to. Again, it could break down a little bit more, but we're starting to see strength in some of the altcoins. Ethereum is at 4630 right now, ready for its next leg up. I think Ethereum is going to rip to 6,000 very, very soon. Like, we're waiting, like any moment now, we're going to see a game-changing sort of announcement. And by the way, that won't change the structure of Ethereum, won't change anything. It's just going to be a manipulation event. We're going to see some kind of crazy thing. And by the way, most likely it's going to be staking is now allowed on the ETFs. That's probably the thing that's going to pop it. Also, Solana starting to rip a little bit, up 5.5%, toward the top of the range right there. And by the way, I mean, do we not predict this shit almost perfectly? It didn't do, actually, you know what? We weren't perfect on this one, but it went from the bottom to the top. Then it came back down into the 5 to the 618. Then it came all the way up to the 236, but it broke out. And then it came back down to the 382, and then it broke out again. This thing is going to continue running. Maybe a stop at 188. So you might want to set a buy order at 188, $187 just in case, but it is ready to absolutely soar. We're starting to see that big consolidation and that big move towards the upside. OM, by the way, we're starting to see the same thing. We're starting to see a little bit of movement. We had a big candle a few hours ago. I don't know if this means that we're in I don't know if it means we're in a reversal, okay? But it ran up to 25, a little bit, 25.08. So it ran up a couple cents, 10% or so. And then it immediately got kind of, pulled out, right? Just, there's a range right there where you've got people dumping. So, you have to break through that, and you have to get up here into this 27, 28, and we need a rip up there into 40 cents. But for right now, we'll see what happens. And yes, OM did a buyback a couple of hours ago, but again, it's causing people to sell off on it. So now the question is, are people motivated? And look, when I zoom out, I stayed bullish here. I stayed pretty bullish here on the potential for OM for that break back out, because there's nothing fundamentally wrong with the project, right? So that being said, are we in an uptrend or are we not in an uptrend? So we broke the structure of that uptrend before. We're still in an uptrend so far as I can tell, which means that there would be another break again towards this upside. 50 cents would be my next target. There's that range right in here at 40 cents that we're gonna have to contest with. So, we'll see what happens right here. So everything's lining up, guys. Devi, not exactly lining up, but it will. Let's go over to Dex Screener real quick and look. Blocky's up 7.5% today. Again, still having a nice little move. Hasn't broken back down yet. CC Cash is up 6%. Definity's up 6%. CC Coin's up 5%. Mantra is up 4%. Fias is up 3.9%. Bonk is up 2.5%. O'Hare, CC, Tars AI, Moon, Weasel, all kind of trending dead even. I don't have any faith in Weasel, by the way. I just, look, guys, I know Roger's on the team over there, and I'm a supporter of Roger, but We Soldiers doesn't do anything. It's just look, you donate money, basically. I mean, that's their purpose and their function is, if you give them money, they're going to give it to military veterans. I don't see how that's going to make people money. That's not how business runs. You know what I mean? That just requires people to keep donating money, and they make no profit off of it. So I don't know what it's going to do. When it comes up with a utility that actually earns revenue, that might change dramatically. But for right now, I just don't see, it's a waste of money to me right now to check that out, because again, there's no utility. Devi, again, down API 3 at $1.20, still waiting for that dollar to get back in. Volt is down to 9.4 million, down 4%. MK down 4%. 100x Solana down 5%. And then WikiCat now breaking down 15.6% to a 78 million market cap. WikiCat, by the way, this is your buy zone because it wicked down here where we said a couple days ago it could. Guess what? It did it today. So this is your entry position. So if you are looking for it, here's what I would predict is going to happen. And you never really know, but so we broke down to the 786, which means that a move up to 3076 to the 382 right here, or potentially 37 up here at the 236 is probably the next step. So probably make some money off of WikiCat. So I don't know if you can or not, but I think so. DEX volumes down a little bit, but Ethereum still dominant. Solana, Hyperliquid, still killing it. Base still killing it. BSC coming down a little bit more. Arbitrum ranging around $1 billion. So, again, we got 5, 8, 12, 15. Still not bad. Still not bad. DeFi is still getting after it. So that's going to be it, guys. I got to go. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. You guys have a good day, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on